Yes guys, it is time. We are going to be talking about future stars investments that you can make that'll make you rich on foot. Obviously with Team of the Year being out and everything, everyone has absolutely emptied their clubs out and now everyone is turning their heads to try and learn how to make coins or try to find easy ways to make a lot of coins really fast. So we're going to go over that all today. If you guys do of course enjoy today's video, please consider dropping a like on the channel. It helps the videos grow, it's much appreciated, and of course subscribe if you're new. So we're going to jump right into the investments here, and we're going to be talking about in-form investments first off. Now I'm not going to go into a huge deep dive because we did talk about it in this weekend's Team of the Week video, but these informs are starting to get a little bit low, especially for the ones that are in the current Team of the Week. So usually it'd be like any of the informs at discard price, not these CONMEBOL cards. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Informs, that are 80 plus at discard price, I think are always good for a club stock. And what I mean by a club stock is you buy one of each, you store them in your club, and then you sell when they're up. It's not a card that I would go all in on because I'd like to keep my transfer list rather open and not flooded with these gold Team of the Week cards. But with the current Team of the Week, we do have a few fodder cards that are very low, and EA have shown us that they are not afraid to put out good content at any time of the day. Just the other day, we got the mid-icon pack repeatable. Today, we got new upgrades, which sent gold rares flying, which I did tell you guys to be patient on. They were gonna fly, and the Premier League and Ligue 1 ones have doubled in price, meaning that if you invested, you doubled your coins. So my next kind of investment that I think you guys should hold on for a little while is the current Team of the Week 19 cards, especially because they will be going out of packs, which means the supply will finally be cut off. Cards I really like are Bergwijn and Borja Iglesias. I really do like these 83s, and I just think that they are a bit too low. And when we made the Team of the Week video, these cards were sitting at about 12k. If we go ahead and take a look at Bergwijn here, which I really like his card, I think he's too cheap at this price. But if we go ahead and take a look at his card, you can see that you'll be able to find this card under 13k. I think he's still a good buy at that price because in just a few weeks time, you could easily see this card sat at 20k. I mean, it's a bit of a bar, it's a little tough to buy at these high prices at 14k, but if you're patient, you snipe and bid, I bet you can win a bunch under 13k, especially when we do get supply and stuff, over the next 2 days before these cards, of course, do leave packs. I wish I could just call my future self to come and be in this video so he could just tell you these cards actually do rise and these investments are just very, very, safe and you guys should go in and get them. Hello? Are you me from the future? No, I'm actually you from the past. I'm here to help you kind of invest in future stars since, I kind of already lived in it, in FIFA 21 and 20. I mean, I've kind of already lived through your past. I was really hoping that my future self would come here. Well, that kind of sucks for you because I'm obviously the past and not your future self. But, I mean, you should look at some, link investments. They do very well. Of course, you're going to have to wait for the leaks, of course, when they come out on Thursday, before the promo. Oh, I mean, we actually get our leaks, weeks in advance. We already have the Future Stars Team 1 and Team 2 leaked. What? So, this other version of me, he isn't wrong when he talks about link investments. I do think that they're actually going to be really good as far as, investing for this next promo goes. Especially with promo like Future Stars. I kind of talked about it at the end of the leak video yesterday, but what happens with Future Stars is we get a lot of players who really wouldn't be meta. All the players you see in my team, these cards are meta. They have great links. However, what we're going to be seeing with this kind of new promo coming out and Future Stars coming out, we're going to see players who don't have the greatest links. They don't have as broad, Premier League French links. Some of them do, yes, but some of them don't. And Future Stars are players that everybody wants to throw into their team. I think it's honestly the most exciting promo. And I'm sure in, FIFA 21 and FIFA 22, it was the same thing. So with the players, of course, that were in the leak video, which I recommend you check out if you want to get into link investments, there's players like the Nunez card that's been leaked, the Benfica player who's from Uruguay. He is a great example of a card you can go into. Some of those Liga Portugal cards are very good. And, they'll do very well heading into that, Future Stars promo because people try to link them together. It works especially well with the players that are very good. Obviously, we don't have stats leaked just yet, but players who are at the top tier of the promo, those are the ones that do very well. Do you think you could put my video that I made last year on the screen right now? Can I pull up the video that I made last year? Yeah, sure. It's right here. Nice links. I have to say, your editing is just really poor. You should really look to invest in those kind of cards that'll do well. Where did I go? Anyways, guys, that was a little strange, but our next kind of investment is going to be in the lower tier cards. Now, we've seen that in the past, these lower tier cards have been the greatest investments. I mean, we just saw the PL and Ligue 1 rares just double in price. And last year, what we got was a lot of objectives. And especially now that the token system is announced, and we are confirmed now to have the upgradable Academy objective cards, where, you start off with a 78, move to 81, 84, 86, etc. We know that that's coming out. So last year, we obviously had the Fofana card. And as you can see, there was certain requirements needed for, winning the, doing this objective. So of course, to start off, we needed French players in our team, which is a decent shout. But as we moved on, we had to do modes like managerial masterpiece and stuff like that. So there's going to be rating caps on it. Now, last year, of course, we did know, of course, who the players, were and the objectives. This time around, we don't know, the objectives, what they're going to be exactly. But I can guarantee you that with the objectives and the friendlies, which is in here, there's going to be some kind of rating cap. Now, the current one for managerial masterpiece obviously ends beforehand. And what you guys saw was all these kind of requirements, but usually the team overall rating is at a max of 77. So finding like cheap, usable, French cards or whatever cards are really ideal. Now, of course, like I said, we don't have leaks on what the objective upgradable cards are going to be just yet. And when they do come out, I recommend when you guys see it, and I'll say something or mention it later on in this week, but I do recommend that you guys go ahead and buy those cards that would link to the squad. So for example, if we were to say hypothetically get a Conor Gallagher objective card, now we know he's actually going to be the token reward, but let's just say that he was, of course, the player that we needed to, do objectives with to upgrade. We can go ahead and look for cards that would be English and really usable, but not super high rated. So for example, we would go and find cards like this. So obviously 90 rated would be too high. So what we'd want to do is skip to like the 4th page, and we'd be looking for cards around the 82 to 83 range that are very pacey, very decent. So for example, maybe like Jude Bellingham would be a good card, or depending what the requirements were, if there was league or something like that. But for example, maybe we needed someone like, this Barkusin card. He would be a good shout because he's 87 pace, 78 shooting. He's rather decent. Now, I know that this investment's kind of a half investment because we don't have all the details just yet, but if you guys do kind of keep your eyes out for this when we do get those leaks eventually, you guys can make a serious amount of coins just by using some of these, cards and using this investment method. It's something that worked so well last year, and it's something that'll continue to work very well too, is by, doing these objective kind of things, or by investing and buying into these objective based investments. They always do so well, and we saw it the first time around this year with squad foundations. Now, finally, to wrap up the video, I do want to talk about the big one, and that's meta cards. Should you invest in these cards? Should you buy them right now? It's a really tough question to kind of answer because the future star cards, we don't have stats leaked for them yet. But if it's anything based off of last year, cards like the Team of the Year moments or Team of the Year honorable mentions, those wouldn't be good investments, honestly. And the only thing that maybe would make some of these top tier cards rise would just be the fact that they're kind of scarce. So maybe cards like Rudiger, Koundé, Goretzka, these cards would be okay just because they're rather rare, where these cards that are lower priced, I don't see a scenario in which they rise too much and are really considered worthy investments. Whereas the Team of the Year cards, I've been getting a lot of questions about those ones. I do think that they could do decent during this promo, but then again, I couldn't really tell you off the top of my head because they're so cheap. The only ones that I really would consider buying are the ones that are super high in price, so like Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, Marquinhos, Kante. I think that those cards will actually do very well when they do leave packs, and I think they will go up in price. And we saw last year that was kind of the trend for a couple of them, but some of the more low tier ones, they only continued to drop in this market. And if we do get a very good Future Stars team, you'll see these cards continue to drop even more. So for me, I think what I would be doing is avoiding Team of the Year cards and meta cards for that matter. I think even cards like the Winter Wild cards, you're getting a Future Stars team, which keep in mind, they're 20 something brand new players that don't have good cards already in the game. So you have a lot of alternatives coming onto the market. And I think that is something that is just going to be tough to kind of invest against. So for me, ahead of the promo, I don't think it's a good idea to go into any meta cards or any Team of the Year cards for that matter. Now, if you guys do want to learn all the leaks and stuff like that, go check out this video right here on your screen right now. It'll share everything that we know so far heading into Future Stars, including leaks for Team 1 and somehow Team 2. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.